The dopamine system is a complex network of neural pathways and neurotransmitters within the brain that plays a crucial role in various physiological and psychological functions. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter, which is a chemical messenger that transmits signals between nerve cells, neurons. Here's an overview of how the dopamine system works. Dopamine neurons. Dopamine is primarily produced by neurons located in several brain regions, including the substantia nigra and the ventral tegmental area, VTA. These neurons are often referred to as dopaminergic neurons. Synthesis of dopamine. The synthesis of dopamine begins with the amino acid tyrosine, which is converted into L-dopa by the enzyme tyrosine hydroxylase. L-dopa is then further converted into dopamine by the enzyme aromatic L-amino acid decarboxylase. Storage and release. Once synthesized, dopamine is stored in vesicles within the dopaminergic neurons. When a nerve impulse reaches the end of a dopaminergic neuron, it triggers the release of dopamine from these vesicles into the synaptic cleft, a small gap between neurons. Binding to dopamine receptors, dopamine released into the synaptic cleft binds to specific receptors on the surface of the neighboring neuron, known as the postsynaptic neuron. There are several types of dopamine receptors, classified into D1-like receptors, including D1 and D5, and D2-like receptors, including D2, D3, and D4. The binding of dopamine to these receptors initiates a series of intracellular events, leading to changes in the postsynaptic neuron's activity. Reuptake. After dopamine has exerted its effects on the postsynaptic neuron, it can be reabsorbed by the presynaptic neuron through a process called reuptake. The dopamine transporter on the presynaptic neuron membrane facilitates this reuptake. Dopamine's role in reward and pleasure. One of the well-known functions of the dopamine system is its involvement in the brain's reward system. Dopamine is often associated with feelings of pleasure and reinforcement of certain behaviors. Activities such as eating, socializing, and engaging in rewarding experiences can lead to the release of dopamine, reinforcing the desire to repeat these behaviors. Motor function and coordination. In addition to its role in reward, dopamine is critical for motor function and coordination. The dopaminergic neurons originating in the substantia nigra play a crucial role in the regulation of voluntary movement. Dysfunction of these neurons is associated with movement disorders such as Parkinson's disease. Cognitive functions. Dopamine is also involved in various cognitive functions, including attention, memory, and problem-solving. Imbalances in dopamine levels have been implicated in conditions like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, and schizophrenia. The precise functions of the dopamine system are diverse and involve complex interactions with other neurotransmitter systems in the brain. Disruptions in the dopamine system are associated with various neurological and psychiatric disorders, highlighting its importance in maintaining overall brain health and function.